But it sounds like at the root of all of this, there's effectively trust from the player towards you, trust from the clubs towards you, trust from the union towards the vision statement, reciprocal, whatever. And it seemed like it paid off. You came third and second, and then it stopped.
I mean,
how did you build the trust? And then I don't know whether it did or didn't.
Why did it stop?
Yeah. I guess so.
I think what people need to understand, that the vision was never about winning the World Series. The vision was winning development, not winning at the expense of development. And that was a two-way street. So I expected that from the clubs. And the year we finished second, right, when we were in the mix to win the series, what people don't realise is that 6 or 7 of those players going into that last 2 legs that have been with me the whole season weren't with me. Because at that time we had the main England tour and we had the Saxons tour and we had the 2 legs. Yeah. And we lost 5 or 6 to the Saxons. Now, that's a real success for me, because at the start of the season, they weren't even in their first teams. They were on the fringe. So they'd come all the way through, and through their development and their experiences, they'd gone. Now, selfishly, we would have wanted to keep them back and go for those last 2 legs. But we didn't, because that would be going against our very own philosophy, which was, it's a pathway. It's your time to fly the nest. Even if
Did you see that at the time? Did you see that at the time? Did you see that?
I saw that at the time, yeah.
You stayed engaged with the mission the whole way through.
For me, that was everything. I don't, believe it or not, I mean, I love to win. Don't get me wrong, I love to win. But the thing that drives me as a coach and as a person when I was in business is, I want you to be the best version of you. Yeah. What drives me is making you better. That's what I love. I see that smile on the face when something clicks, or they get that reward. Or when I was in business and somebody nails that shopping centre deal, and you've allowed them or given that opportunity to facilitate to do that, because it's only a short shot of an injection of euphoria, but it's up there with winning, and that's what drove me. That's what happened when we finished third. The same thing again. So the reason it stopped is not because of that. The reason it stopped, being candid, is I lost trust in the union, and there was a change in leadership. Chris
and they didn't share in the vision.
They didn't share in the vision, and they were compromising the players. And as a consequence, they were compromising my values. And then in my world, in the way I think, and I would do the same thing today as I did then, is you, in the nicest possible, you piss or get off the pot. Yeah. And I wasn't prepared to compromise my values and look people in, the players in the eye, and say, it's better that you stay back here and hold a pad and be 24th man, when you could come and experience an international world-class tournament in Dubai and become a better rugby player. Yeah. And the DOR knew that. The RFU knew that. Yet they weren't prepared to have those conversations, because they were trading off at the time for other access issues. So the political picture was getting in the way of the vision. And yet the vision was so important to the long-term continuity of the England side and the development of all these players. So look, it got to the point where it's like you either conform and you become part of the corporate establishment, but if it undermines your values, it was only going to make me unhappy. Yeah. And as a consequence, then you have to take yourself out of that situation, and that's what I did, and I returned to the city. You talk about reflections on that. As a young man, I probably allowed some of my anger in that to spill out. Mm-hmm. And I learned a valuable lesson that sometimes it's better just to walk away, but the aggressive, passionate, angry scum half, little man syndrome, whatever you want to call it, in me, meant I didn't leave on the terms that I should have left. I walked away, but I should have been better in the way that I walked away when I look back, and that's one of the regrets I had. But they're the battle scars that you learn along in life.
Teach you along the way.